Life process. When I'm writing on the board life process, what first thing comes in our mind? What we do in a day-to-day life? What movements we do? For example, eating, drinking, sleeping, breathing, urinating. Okay. Now, something which you have studied in the ninth standard called voluntary action. And this come under involuntary. Now, the chapters are known as tissue, which you have studied, tissue chapter, which you have studied in the ninth standard. Okay, you have studied that voluntary action is something which we can control, which we have command. Eating we can control, drinking we can control, sleeping in a sense how many hours we want to sleep, and breathing we cannot control. That is, if we want to breathe, if I say I don't want to breathe for 10 minutes, is it possible we cannot? No, we cannot control our breathing. The moment we'll stop, we'll control our breathing, that means we will die. We have a limit where we can control. Now urinating. Okay, in boys and girls there is something called, boys have small urinary bladder as compared to that of the females, that is girls. Okay, they can control the urination for almost 1 hour, whereas boys cannot. That means what? This is something where there is a limit, but still after a limit exceed, we cannot control. So this is about a life process where I'm talking, these are the daily thing which we do and it is a part of the life. And now this I'm talking humans, human. Okay, there is also life process involved. In plants, is it not so? Only human do the life process? No, even the plant. You might have studied in the 6th standard that plant give us oxygen, we give them carbon dioxide. That means what? That is also the part which they are performing a life process. If they will not give us oxygen, these things will die. So this is about the life process. Now today we are going to focus in the life process human digestive system. This is our main goal. Okay, I'll erase this. Life process not only do this, but it is also involved in various ways. You can, when you get up early in the morning to the end of your day, it is involved everywhere. Now, as I told you, we are going to study about the human digestive system. First, I will draw the diagram in order so that you understand the diagram. On the basis of the diagram, you can understand. I am not so good in drawing, but I am trying. Okay. Okay, now I'll label the diagram because it is important for me to label this from where we take the food. The basic thing what we do in the mouth, we very well know from the morning we start a day and we start taking the food, meals and everything. This I'll come in detail, but just for when I'm doing labeling part, I'm just telling this is stomach, this is my esophagus. Other name for the esophagus is food pipe. No, because sometime in MCQ it comes The other name for esophagus is what? Or other name for the food pipe is what? Now, large intestine. This is small intestine. This some like I'm making with the black so that it connect you that this is something different. Okay, here I'm drawing with the black. Pancreas. Okay, somewhere it is here. You can see in your diagram. Pancreas. Okay, now you can see the diagram is well labeled, that is mouth, esophagus or food pipe, stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine and appendix. We are left with anus, because this is also the important part of the digestive system. Now we'll go step by step and we're going to study detail about mouth. First one is, I'm not going to rub the diagram, as with the reference of diagram we are going to do step by step study. Now mouth. Okay, fine. What first thing come in your when you look or think about the mouth? It's nothing but which gives you take the food through with the help of the mouth. Okay. Now mouth, first thing I will be focusing on two things. Teeth. Okay. Then coming to the tongue. These are the basic things the small child can also tell you. The first standard child, if you ask, beta, what is there in the mouth? He will say or she will say, mouth contains teeth and tongue. We are going to study detail about, not detail much, but I'll tell you the different types of teeth we have in the mouth. There are 4 types of teeth. That is, first one is incisor, canine, premolars and molar. Okay. Now, when you see first thing in the incisor, is it this? Rabbit teeth. Canine is this. Premolars are behind the canines. Next, you can say the next after canines, there comes premolars, and after premolars come the molar. So these 4 types of teeth help you to chew the food. Now these teeth, with the help of these teeth, we are able to chew the food. Now again coming to the tongue. Okay, we know this thing, tongue. Whenever I explain tongue, it reminds me of me. Why? Because I'm very choosy kind of person. I love eating food. I'm somewhat, you can say, I'm foodie. Why? No, but what? I like the taste. I love sweet. But how do I come to know the various tastes? That is because of the tongue. Tongue contains taste bud. Taste buds. Okay. Now, if I say this, you can say teeth, tongue. That means this tip. After the tip, you will have different taste buds. Okay. We are not going to study details about the tongue, because taste buds are the sufficient to make you understand what is tongue's role. Now, I'll rub this. Now, because I have to explain more to you about mouth contains saliva. Okay. Saliva that contain an enzyme. Salivary amylase. Okay. Now you can see I am making arrows over here. Why am I making arrows? Because to make you saliva contain enzyme. Salivary amylase. Now one more thing what I want to say. In English you have studied called suffix and prefix. What is prefix? When we say, if I am writing unhappy, this is prefix. If I am saying happiness, This is your suffix. So same here it goes. ASE. ASE, that means it is an enzyme. Okay. Now again you must have asked yourself a question. What is enzyme? Okay. What is enzyme? Or how can you define enzyme? Okay. Enzyme is a biocatalyst which accelerate the chemical reaction. That means whatever you eat, it break down into smaller components. So that is the role of enzyme. Time some people suffer from the constipation. What is constipation? Constipation is nothing when a person is having difficulty in passing out the stool. Okay, stools. Now again, an example reminds me. Stool is nothing but, now once, like there was an example. Stool means for the normal people, just मेज बोलते हैं हिंदी में कि वो पास कर देना वैसे, but in scientific term, stool means it is passing out your waste from your body. That is in the form of ejection. We'll come to that point later. Now again for the contain teeth and tongue, that is I already mentioned to you. Now saliva. This is the very big thing I'm telling. Saliva means saliva contain an enzyme known as salivary amylase, and salivary amylase play the major role for the digestion of food. That is the beginning where the food start getting breakdown into smaller lumps. Okay. Now this is about this mouth. Now before I'm going to different like when I'm teaching you mouth and everything, things you must know about nutrients. Okay, what is nutrients? Why now you will again ask the question, ma'am, what is nutrients? Okay, nutrients are the things which we take, such as carbohydrate, protein, vitamin. See, many people have different way of pronouncing vitamin. Some vitamins, it's totally choice of an individual. Okay, carbohydrate, protein, vitamin and fats. There are also fibers, we'll come to that thing later. In this particular topic, for I aim to study about carbohydrate, protein, vitamins and fats. Okay, once you take all these things, you are ultimately taking nutrition. But now again things is, what is carbohydrate? Now carbohydrate is nothing but an instant energy provider. When you drink milk, when you eat any type of fruits, that comes under your carbohydrate. Now carbohydrate are divided in two parts: simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Okay, well understood. Simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Now, but simple carbohydrates are, they don't contain fats in it. You can take as much as you want simple carbohydrate, but for the complex carbohydrate you need to set a limit, because if you exceed the limit you will suffer from obesity. Okay, as I told you, for simple carbohydrate we can take milk which contain lactose, fruits which contain fructose, sugar which contains sucrose. Okay, the scientific terms are not important, but for the time being you can listen my video again and again further and you can jot it down. Okay, complex carbohydrate example, they also provide you more energy than the simple carbohydrate, but the drawback about the complex carbohydrate is they contain fats, and if you exceed your limit in this, then you can suffer from obesity, and then again you need to do a lot of exercise and you have to burn the fats for that. So complex carbohydrate for the age group of 30 to 40 or beyond that is dangerous. You need to control your complex carbohydrate, but within the age of 1 to 30 it is fine. If you can take complex carbohydrate, no problem. Okay, this is about carbohydrate. Now coming to protein. When you think of the protein, what first thing come in your mind is, for me, when I think of the protein, I see the trainers, in the gym. What I see, they have big abs and everything. So once, unfortunately, I was gaining my weight, so I went in a gym for an exercise. inquire initially, then later on I joined. They emphasizes us on taking the protein in order to build up the muscles. Okay, so protein, okay fine, when I'm saying to build up the muscle, the first idea what you're getting is, okay fine, protein is making us build muscles, okay, but protein help in the growth and development of the body. Tissue, sorry, not tissue, protein also help you for the repair of the dead cells, worn out cells. Now what is worn out cell? Again, I'll go back to 9th standard. You have studied about different types. So there is a unit of life. In that you have studied. In that what they have told you about the protein only, there is endoplasmic reticulum. In endoplasmic reticulum, we have studied that endoplasmic reticulum releases a protein digest. So when it releases protein in order to cure worn out cell, means this protein which is made by endoplasmic reticulum, manufactured by endoplasmic reticulum, is directly goes to those areas where they you might get hurt, it areas and heal it. So you have studied very clearly rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum have ribosomes. Ribosome does the manufacturing of protein, that you have already studied in the 9th standard. I'm just revising you. So ribosome does the manufacturing of protein. So you understood how your body is well connected. Protein again you are getting from the endoplasmic reticulum, which you have studied in the 9th standard, which is making you worn out the cells. That means it is curing dead cells. Normally it is very much important in your day-to-day life, as well as height. Height is also the part. If you take good amount of protein, it overall, I mean, whenever you are taking good amount of protein, it entirely develop your entire body. So this is about short summary about protein. In the 9th standard, you have studied detail. Okay. Now vitamin. This is again, for some people it is vitamins, for some people it is vitamin. Okay. For me, vitamin is very, very important. You know why? Nowadays, vitamin is, basic thing. Hair fall. There are a lot. I'll explain you just hair fall, night blindness. Okay. Now coming to night blindness, scurvy. If I don't go with this because it is sometimes many people rickets. There are other diseases, marasmus, Kwashiorkor. There are so many other diseases. I cannot go with all because we need to come back to the topic. But I will tell you because it is day-to-day's problem. You can see hair fall. Some people have white hairs, and nowadays hair problem. So if you go, Dr. Batra is the biggest example, and I guess many people are also getting relief by joining him or by taking advice from him, and they are getting cured from that hair fall. Hair fall, when you go to the doctor, first thing what he suggests is there is a lack in the vitamin. That is lack in the vitamin. He will tell you, you have to take these things, you have to take these things. That means all green vegetables in the market which are available, you need to take them. Night blindness is deficiency of vitamin. Ricket, deficiency of vitamin D. So there are many, there is a gist out of it, we cannot. So vitamin, in short, you can say, what I want to tell you here is, vitamin undercomes all the green vegetables. If you take all the green vegetables, that means you're getting almost all the types of vitamins. Now coming to the fat. Okay, please, there is very misconception that fat is, that is not good for the body. It is not so. Fats, yes, no doubt, what you are having, not misconception, but after the age, like if you are in the age group of 30 to 50, obviously fat is dangerous. You know why? Because fat leads to the obesity. Obesity leads to different types of diseases such as diabetes, there are heart attack, there are so many things. There is arteriosclerosis and atherosclerosis. That I will not give you a detail, but these are the types of diseases that is blockage, okay, in the heart. So that doctor can give you the better detail if you today. So we'll come. So, but this fats which I'm talking about is not about that. It's just I'm talking about the fat which is good for your body. This fat who's slim, okay, for them it is very good. Who is in the age group? The moment the child is come after 1, 2, 3, he need to have fats. That means milk contain fats, butter contain fats, egg contain fats, chicken contain fats, everything. Achha, proteins, if you want to get proteins, I'm sorry, I never mentioned about the protein. If you want to have proteins, you need to take pulses. If you are vegetarian, pulses, soya bean, groundnuts you can take. And if you are non-vegetarian, means non-veg person, then you can take chicken, mutton, egg, everything. So you are additionally, if you are vegetarian and non-vegetarian, you are getting multiple, like you are getting. But here fats mein the example is egg, mutton, chicken, everything, butter, ghee, everything comes under the fat. So this is why I'm telling you, because if you are a student of 10th standard, you know why ma'am is teaching, because this all come under this category. Because when I will be explaining you, you should know these topics, because again I'm not going to revise you. So now we can come back to the topic. One more thing, I'm sorry. As I mentioned it, so when you take all these things, as I raised it, nutrition. You get nutrition, and which is good for your body. By taking all these things, it ultimately gives you nutrition, and your body entire day work in a proper way. When you don't take these things, it affects me. If I don't take carbohydrate, it affects me. If I'm not taking protein, it affects me, because to make my day energetic and happy and full actively participating in my all type of work, all these nutrients are very important. Now we can go to the second topic, that is, I'll rub this thing also. I will not rub the diagram because we are going to refer diagram every now and then. Second topic for us is esophagus. It is not much, we don't have much in this, but esophagus, after the food, now you can see this diagram. Mouth I've explained you very nicely. From mouth the food enters to the esophagus. Okay. Now esophagus, it doesn't do much thing, but from the esophagus it goes, when it is going to the stomach, here there is an muscle, peristaltic movement. What is peristaltic movement? There is contraction and relaxation of the muscle. Okay, when the food, now you can imagine when the food is going here, definitely it will be full of something, so here contraction will take. As soon as it relieves the food here, or it sends the food to the stomach, this part relaxes and this part contracts. Now I'll rub this because I explained. Now we'll go to the next stomach. Okay, now what do you understand by stomach? For me, stomach is something which we cannot see inside part, outside we can definitely see. Stomach you can see in the diagram over here. I will just erase it and I will explain you over here something, or I will make separate for you. It will be better for you. It is a bag-like structure, something like this. Okay. Now the walls of the stomach, you can see this is the wall I'm making. Already there is a boundary, but I'm just mentioning you something. I'm trying to tell you something in this. Wherever I made this thing, here this wall releases or secretes gastric gland. They have gastric glands. Okay. These gastric glands. Okay. They release hydrochloric acid. and protein digesting enzyme. Okay, and even protein digesting enzyme known as pepsin and mucus. Okay, now look here. Again, I will start from this time. Stomach, this is here. The walls of the stomach contain gastric gland, which releases hydrochloric acid and protein digesting enzyme known as pepsin and mucus. Fine. Now, again, you just see what is protein. That means now you should recollect what ma'am have taught you previously. Protein, that is, which help you to build up the body. Okay. Endoplasmic reticulum, which you have studied in the 9th standard, which manufacture protein, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, which contain ribosome. Ribosome does the work of manufacturing protein. Okay. Now, protein digesting enzyme. Again, enzyme, I have told you what is enzyme. Enzymes are biocatalysts which accelerate what? Which accelerate the chemical reaction. Now, you know, you just if you day in your day to day, accelerate means speed up. So, it is speeding the reaction in simple words, known as pepsin and mucus. Okay, one more thing what I want to tell you is about hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, see, if it is on an average, nothing happens to your stomach. When hydrochloric acid exceeds, what happen in it? There's some sound come out. A lot of people, in my house only I have heard. So that type of sound come from the stomach, not from the stomach, from the mouth it comes. That means to neutralize the effect of acidity, what we have to take? ENO normally. Okay, now this ENO, we have to spend 10 rupees, normally one packet which comes 8 to 10 rupees, not exact amount I know, but on an average 8 to 10 rupees. You have a best remedy in your home is baking soda. सोडा है, आप पकौड़े में डालते हो, फूल जाता है. तो that is, if you just add into water and take it, it is very good. It really relieves, it gives you best relief. Or there is another thing which you can take called as milk of magnesium. Milk of magnesium hydroxide. I can write for you if you want. Milk of magnesia. Okay. Of magnesia. Fine. This already, if you are the part of the 10th or you are in the 10th standard, acid and base chapter you are having. In that chapter, you are having this thing written, that is milk of magnesia neutralizes the effect of acidity. So, this is about stomach. Now, we can come to the small intestine. Okay, fine. We'll come to small intestine. Small intestine is a big topic where you need to focus whatever I'm writing, and bit I will be explaining, and you have to focus on bit things. Okay, means in short you have to focus on everything. This is 4th, I guess, right? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, yeah, 4th. Okay. A small intestine, what first thing it should not come to your mind, it should strike your mind. Okay, हथौड़ा कैसे धड़ होता है ना, आप मारते हो, तो वैसे ही it should come into your mind whenever you are writing small intestine. It is the site of complete digestion. I'll write down. Site of complete digestion. Okay. Small intestine is the site of complete digestion. Now, here in a small intestine, two people or two things are playing major role. I am explaining the term of people, but here pancreas and liver. I will just make an arrow. I'll explain you later. Liver and pancreas. Okay. In this small intestine, we can see over here this part. Okay, which are, that's the only reason why I made it in black, so that you can distinguish this is your large intestine and this is your small intestine. Now, liver. It is the largest gland of the body. In a small intestine, liver and pancreas secretes their substance into the small intestine. Means they help in the complete digestion of the nutrition or nutrients. Now, liver releases, you can say, or secrete, you can say, as per your side. I will release, I will write, because it's simple language. Sometimes children make mistake in writing secrete. So liver releases bile juice. Okay, now, but what is the role of the bile juice? Now food from the stomach has come to the small intestine, but it is in the large globules, that is in the large lumps, that means in the big size. Okay, globules is a scientific term. If you say large pieces also, you can, not very big, as if it is in the stomach, it will not be in the very large, but which cannot be easily digested. So bile juice, what does bile juice do? It breaks smaller globules. Okay, but it will not be digesting carbohydrate, protein. It will be only digesting fat. So bile juice will only act on fat. It will not act on protein. It will not act on vitamins. It will only act on fats. So bile juice will help in, or bile juice breakdown, bile juice help in the digestion of fats. You can say bile juice, in simple language, if I say bile juice help in the digestion of fats. This is about the bile juice. Now coming to pancreas. Pancreas, already I have shown you over here. Pancreas releases pancreatic juices. Okay. Pancreas also releases enzyme known as trypsin. I'll write down. Okay. Trypsin. Okay. Trypsin it will help in the digestion of protein. This is N, okay, children? Okay. Trypsin, it will help in the digestion of protein, or it help in the digestion of protein. So now, earlier, pepsin, you can jot down. Pepsin and trypsin are the two enzymes which are actually helping in the digestion of protein. So always please mark yourself, these two are the enzymes. Enzymes already mentioned by again and again, I am not going to repeat. So pepsin and trypsin are the two enzymes which are helping in the digestion of protein. Now I'll erase this thing. Okay. Lipase help in the digestion of fats. So you can imagine, we are focusing on two things much, fats and protein. Fats and protein. Major role is being played. Pancreas also helping in the digestion of fats and also protein. Liver is also helping in the digestion of, because in our day-to-day life, we are consuming more of protein and fats. Nowadays, if you give a child spinach, palak, doesn't like. You give him bhindi, or that is lady finger, he will not eat. Amla, who likes to eat? I don't like. Okay, we like what? Burger, pizza, Lays. I love Lays. Okay, so it all constitute of what? Fats and all these things. So it is actually for the digestion of this thing. It needs, more enzymes. If you lack any of the enzymes, such as if liver stop working, there will not be digestion of fat. The accumulation of the fat will start taking place, and it will be very, very difficult to get rid out of it. So this is about the small intestine. Now again, These enzymes finally convert this thing. All these enzymes finally convert carbohydrate into glucose, okay, protein, amino acid. Now, fats, fatty acid and glycerol. This is very, very important if you are right. Now, I already mentioned you earlier कि small intestine you have to focus on every bit. Carbohydrate, I told you initially what is carbohydrate. Initially, I told you what is carbohydrate. I also explained you protein very in detail also. Fat. So, from here to here, when you are writing, if you give this way also explanation, the teacher will be very pleased, because she will actually understand that you have understood the chapter. Because when you give arrows, when you make this way, the teacher understand that you are not writing yes, no doubt you have to write answer in the point, but you can do this also. This for your making your notes, this is the best idea, because I used to do this way. So again, carbohydrate breakdown into glucose, protein breakdown into fatty acid and glycerol. I guess it's fatty acid. Okay, fatty acid and glycerol. Now this is about the small intestine. It is not yet over. There are a lot of things still remaining. Okay, I'll just to make you understand. What is this? What I'm drawing? Villi. I'll erase now, or I will just delete this thing. I will erase this thing. Okay, for you. Now, villi. What is the role of villi? Villi increases the surface area in order for the absorption of nutrients, or the food which is being digested till now. It will be utilized by these blood vessels which are present. I will tell you how. Villi area for the absorption of food. I'll write down. Villi increases the surface area for absorption of food. Okay, it increases the surface area for the absorption of food. Now, this is wrote by me. The villi increases the surface area for the. What does villi contain? When it is absorbing the nutrients, definitely it should contain something. Villi contain what? Blood vessels. Now again the question should come to your mouth. What many children have, they don't know what are blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries, veins and capillaries. I'll just explain you in short, very small, because this is already done. Arteries carries oxygenated blood, veins carry deoxygenated blood, and capillaries does the work of connecting arteries and veins. So the three. So villi, which I am shown here by the, you can say, मतलब मैं हिंदी में बोलती काटे की long lines which I have drawn for you. That means what here? These villi contain within themselves what? Blood vessel, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. With the help of these things, they are able to absorb the nutrients. And once these nutrients are absorbed, it is sent to the body. It is sent to the entire part of the body, and these nutrients help you in your day-to-day life for the development of your body, for your muscle to work properly, your brain to work properly, and to coordinate your entire body in a proper way. This is, now you can, time is over. It is very big topic which you have to understand very. Now I have explained you very nicely. Please make the notes properly as I mentioned you, because these all things should come in the answer. Now we'll go with the large intestine. Okay, large intestine. Fine. Now this thing which I am drawing like this is your large intestine. Now what will be left out? The with the help of the blood vessels or with the help of villi, you can say, because villi itself contain blood vessels. Now the waste will go into the large intestine. Still something which is left out, water is here. From here we will observe water also if it contains something, and the rest thing will go to the anus and it will be passed out. That is, unobserved food will be passed out through the anus. That is called egestion, removal of waste from the body. So with this we conclude. You want me to write this thing? Large intestine, we can say unobserved food large intestine. In short, unobserved food reaches the large intestine. That is only the idea behind. You have to not write much in this. So for me, I have written like this, but if you want to, large intestine, unobserved food reaches the this area, and from there it goes to anus, and through the anus you can pass out. So here this is you can see the diagram. So we have now one more thing. Yes, now you can say, ma'am, appendix. It is not unuseful because it doesn't play any ways in the digestion of anything, but this is previously it was in the animals it is found. In a human also sometime it get activated, that time it by surgery. So it doesn't play any major role. If it is cut also, it doesn't affect your body. If it is in the body, it doesn't affect your body. So, and it doesn't play any major role also in your body. So this is entirely about the human digestive system. Thank you.